Visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
The University of Oklahoma announces a new fundraising campaign that can help current prospective students. Find out the combination of diseases that are raising concern, and a classic book has come to life on stage. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Bella Roddy.
And I'm Carolyn Felling. We begin tonight with a fundraising campaign that could directly benefit Oklahoma students. OU Nightly's Addie Crawford spoke to the university's president, Joseph Harris, about the potential benefits. Addie.
Carolyn and Bella, I spoke with the university president right inside of these doors about the new public campaign. It's been the first one in over 20 years. I spoke with him about what it means for the university.
I could talk about this for a really long time.
Introducing the $2 billion Lead On fundraising campaign.
An Oklahoma family that doesn't make, that their combined income is $100,000 or less, with these scholarship dollars, we can make sure that in addition to Oklahoma's Promise, which exists and helps with tuition, that the rest of that cost for the education is also covered.
The goal, Harris says, launching a new era of excellence at OU.
If you have the talent and you're willing to work hard, that anything is possible.
The 7-year plan, Quiet, launched in 2020 and is already seeing success.
Already raised $600 million of it, which is incredibly exciting.
As for students, $500 million goes towards scholarships to help achieve affordability.
Prospective students, they'll say, I'd love to go to OU, but can I afford it? I'm afraid I just can't afford it. The answer is, if we're successful in this campaign, and I truly believe we will be, that concern will no longer be there.
OU student body president says the campaign is a huge step in the right direction.
Really just directly attributes to the financial need that students are looking to get. And academic excellence requires strong student support programs.
Reiterating the goal of
making the dream achievable and having true excellence here in Oklahoma at the University of Oklahoma.
The Lead On campaign is set to wrap up and hit the fundraising goal of $2 billion in 2027. Reporting on OU's campus, Addie Crawford, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Addie. And it is a beautiful day outside with colors changing and temperatures are dropping.
That's right, Bella. OU Nightly's meteorologist Coy Taylor is live outside enjoying these fall temperatures. Coy, how does it feel out there?
Yes, Carolyn, we have some fall temperatures out here. I got the light jacket on. It's a little windy. We have clouds moving in ahead of our next storm system coming in overnight tonight. But let's get you a live look outside over the South Oval here in Norman, Oklahoma. Mums in almost full bloom. We're expecting that here over the next couple of days. But let's get a look at what would be radar right now. You can see we have showers in storms in western Oklahoma, Elk City up towards Woodward, even pushing into the Enid area. Those are going to be making their way into central Oklahoma as we head over the next couple of hours. I'll time that with future scan here in a couple minutes. But the drought monitor shows some improvement in southwest Oklahoma. Still an extreme drought here in Norman. The rain shower is going to help a little bit, but not going to erase that drought overnight. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast. We're expecting cloudy skies. Those clouds continuing to move in. 60s. You'll need the light jacket with a southeasterly wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Coy. A new statement coming from the Kremlin after accusations of potential nuclear warfare. Victoria Anderson has that and the rest of today's international headlines from the News Center. Victoria.
Russian President Vladimir Putin stated this Thursday Moscow has never intentionally said anything about using nuclear weapons. This statement comes from days of nuclear warfare accusations between both Ukraine and Russia. Putin doubled down on his original accusation, claiming Ukraine is building a dirty bomb. New information has been released by St. Louis police after Monday's school shooting. Police say 2 days before the attack, the gunman's family and had the 19-year-old guns removed from the home. The gunman was a legal gun owner with a record of mental health issues. Police are trying to determine how the attacker reobtained his weapon. More details have resurfaced after days of backlash surrounding the artist Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. Sources close to the artist say Ye would praise the Nazi Party and even considered naming an album Hitler. The president of Israel has announced he is extremely pleased with the overwhelming reaction following Ye's anti-Semitic remarks. Tonight, we know several social media platforms have restricted his account, and Forbes estimated that Ye has lost his billionaire status. Bella and Carolyn, back to you.
Thanks, Victoria. A health alert to tell you about tonight. Doctors are worried about what they say is a triple threat this fall and winter. OU Nightly's Dana Searles is outside Goddard Health Center live with the story. Dana.
Here's what doctors are worried about. Flu cases are already increasing in some states, and a new variant of COVID is on the rise too. Add that to an outbreak of RSV in children, and health experts are saying we are facing a triple-demic right now. Health experts say that the rate of illnesses are higher than usual for this time of year, and they're urging people to get flu shots and COVID boosters as soon as possible.
We've already started seeing cases, and we're not even in winter yet. So that's why it's really important to get that influenza shot.
If you're here on campus, you can get both a flu shot and COVID booster at Goddard. You can also find these shots at places like Walmart, Walgreens, Target, and CVS. The Cleveland County Health Department offers all vaccines, or you can see your private doctor. Now, here's what's really important. You want to make sure you get those vaccines before traveling home for Thanksgiving, because experts say that it is very common for viruses to spread when large gatherings are happening together. Reporting live, Dana Searles, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Dana. The third illness in that triple threat is RSV. Find out why doctors say they are so concerned about that virus and who it's impacting the most. Coming up in Health Beat.
Plus, students on campus say they are also battling allergies. When you might see a little relief, coming up when OU Nightly continues.
Is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
A common respiratory infection is now causing hospitals to fill up quickly. Liv Walbeck tells us more in Health Beat.
Pediatric hospitals all around the country are nearing capacity as RSV cases are spiking. The common respiratory illness is affecting many young patients and forcing those with less urgent illnesses to wait for hours or even days before being admitted. And with flu season on the rise, doctors are worried the health risk could worsen. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has halted the discussion for the potential of an over-the-counter birth control pill. The FDA Advisory Committee had plans to discuss the contraceptive, which is called Opill. The meeting has been paused so the FDA could review additional information related to the potential move. As of now, Opill is still available as a prescription drug. And you may want to rethink your current hair products. A number of popular dry shampoos have been recalled due to the potential of elevated levels of benzene, a cancer-causing chemical. While no reports have officially been made, this company is recalling them out of caution. The full list of recalls can be found on the FDA's website. And researchers have chosen a rare lemur as the subject of an oral health study because, well, they eat their own boogers. Personally, I'll be sticking to my Kleenex. Ladies?
Thanks, Liv. I think we should leave the nose picking to the lemurs and stick to tissues. Maybe it is happening to you. The coughing and the sneezing, that means one thing in October: allergies. Forecasters say trees and ragged weed are the root of this problem this fall. Just a walk across campus can be enough to trigger allergies. Most students we talked to said they are feeling it.
Mine is definitely in the morning. My throat gets a little scratchy, you know, and I'm like, wow, okay, I can't eat or drink anything for the next couple hours.
Same, it's definitely in the morning, and then you have to take stuff or else it'll be horrible.
No, and then you can't get through the day.
Yeah.
Doctors say if you have a runny nose or scratchy throat, you'll want to try an antihistamine. If you have a fever, you can see a doctor, and that's an indication you might have an infection.
And one OU student has taken a 70s novel and brought it to life on the stage.
Find out what new performance is shining light on social justice issues next.
Plus, after this week's rain, I heard the allergy reports in Oklahoma have improved. Coy, what can we expect for the rest of our Halloween week?
Yes, the good news for allergy sufferers, as that piece just mentioned, we're on the mend. Low allergies to report in all of our categories. I'll have much more on the rain chances overnight that will tamp down the allergy report even more. Weather is next.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Central and Midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. Let's get a live look over the South Oval right now, and you can see a pretty sight. We have clouds, high-level clouds in place. We have some rain showers out west. They're going to be moving our way. I'll time that out here in a second, but you can see the checkered pattern we have going here on the mums. Peak bloom, from what I've heard, is going to be next week, November 1st. So get ready for that. Get the cameras ready. It's 70 degrees, though, right now at Max Westheimer Airport here in Norman. 70 degrees, southeasterly winds, like I mentioned, a little breezy out there. So you'll want the light jacket if you have evening plans, and maybe use that drink to hold down the napkins if you have any evening eating plans outdoors. 67 degrees in Oklahoma City, 70 here in Norman. We're to 71 degrees in Fort Cobb, a little bit cooler, where we're expecting that weather system to push in. 64 for our folks in Elk City. Hello, Guyman, 67 to you. And we do have a little risk of severe weather in the far southwest. We're talking Harmon and Jackson counties in far southwestern Oklahoma. This yellow area, a slight risk for severe level. That's a level 2 out of 5 on our severe weather scale. We're mainly concerned about hail, upwards of ping pong ball size hail, as well as maybe a isolated wind gust of upwards of 60 miles per hour. So let's time that out with Future Scan. We have some scattered showers doing a good job of what we have currently going on. And then there's those storms that could be a little bit on the stronger to severe side. Could be a little rowdy night here in southwestern Oklahoma. Again, hail, the primary threat, followed by a damaging wind threat. We'll see rain push into the metro around midnight tonight and linger overnight. So tomorrow, when you're headed to your 8 a.m. class, grab the rain jacket, grab the umbrella. It's going to be a little bit soggy across the Norman campus, and that's going to continue off and on rain showers throughout our Friday. Here's Friday evening, so if you have any Friday evening plans, maybe move those from outside to indoors. And then Saturday morning, you can see 9 a.m. showers push into southeastern Oklahoma and kind of get out of our hair here in central Oklahoma. So future rainfall totals, we're expecting a lot of rain along the Red River Valley, but here in central Oklahoma, maybe a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch possible. Lows for tonight, 50s and 40s across the state. Those clouds going to act like a little bit of a blanket and not cool us off too much. And then they're going to affect our high temperatures for tomorrow, around 60 degrees here in Norman, a little bit cooler where the rain hangs around. Here's your 7-day forecast. 60 degrees for your Friday. We're to 60 for game day, but the Sooners are up in Ames, Iowa. Then for Halloween, 70 degrees. And another thing going on would be, here's your Halloween forecast. 67 degrees by 5 p.m. 64 degrees for 7 p.m. And it's going to be a scary night trick-or-treating. So grab that light jacket as we see temperatures fall down into the 50s.
Thanks, Coy. A mid-70s book, a Tyler Perry movie, and now a student-directed play. Through theater, OU junior Jackie Simmons took the initiative to create a safe space for a group here on campus. OU Nightly's Katani Gooch has more.
In 1975, the book For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough by Ntozake Shange was published. This book covers topics like abortion, police brutality, and abuse.
The show is real. I'm not gonna lie, it gets you. Every time you listen to it, like, I cry every day. It's a heavy show, it's stuff that you have to unpack, and so going into that room every day and having to kind of face, like, what I go through as a Black woman every day, but trying to see it from an outside lens is not easy.
But it also covers the joy of being a Black woman.
A lot of Black women who see it can relate to it because it automatically, instantaneously, like, showcases who we are.
Jackie Simmons saw an opportunity to not only create a space for Black women, but also to educate others.
I read it and I was like, this is what, like, the OU community needs to hear this, especially the, like, Black women in the community and people who aren't Black who need to understand, like, this is what we go through.
Simmons says being Black in theater is not easy due to the lack of support. This is why the importance of the show resonates with her on a deeper level.
I'm very thankful for this, and I never imagined, like, if you were to ask me, like, when I was 8, like, that I was gonna be doing something like this, directing, producing, acting in a show with an all-Black female cast.
This wasn't a dream come true just for little Jackie. Many women on campus said they experienced the same emotions just while watching the show. Some going as far as saying that a show like this on campus is well overdue.
It really brought forth some emotions. Like, there were some moments where I was kind of like, dang.
I got so emotional just thinking about how our stories are being told and that they're stories that I actually relate to.
I think it was important to, like, break beyond the bounds of, like, what OU is used to.
I think this was, like, a really cool space for several Black women to kind of tell a story and just allow their voice to be amplified.
I think that Black stories should always be told to anyone, no matter race, no matter sexuality, no matter anything.
One of Simmons' main goals in theater is to impact others and create change. With the show, she hopes she did just that.
And that's all I can ask. That's literally all I can ask for, is that people see that and people see, like, how beautiful it is to be Black, to be a Black woman, to create, to make spaces for us.
And she's not done yet. Simmons has plans to make a film version of the show as well as tour the play around different high schools to give younger women the opportunity to watch.
And after a bye week, Oklahoma is set to face Iowa State this weekend.
That's right, Carolyn. Addison Arthur is here in the studio to fill us in on all things sports.
That's right, guys. Coming up, one Sooner will tell you why the bye week was a good thing. And if you didn't already get your tickets to a famous rivalry game, you might be out of luck. Sports is next.
Your family. If a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane, you can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
We'll show you the latest on OU football and which Sooner star is shining in the NBA. Hello, I'm Addison Arthur, and it's time for sports. Not many people take business trips to Ames, Iowa, but the Sooners will on Saturday as they look for a win. Oklahoma hopes to run out to their 23rd win in their last 25 games against Iowa State. Oklahoma safety Woody Washington says the bye weekend helped him get a reset mentality after the first half of the season. Washington also shared how he's preparing for his matchup against Iowa State's star wide receiver Xavier Hutchinson.
Just getting away from the game for a little bit. Like you said, we had a tough couple weeks. We ended up getting a good win last week against Kansas. Like I said, just really getting away from the game, not watching too much football. I think he's a great player. I know they're going to try to get him the ball, so really just working my feet at the line, working my hands, trying to get hands on him as much as possible and not letting him get free releases. He's physical, so I'm going to try to get physical back with him. I'm going to get hands on him, and he's going to make plays. I'm going to make plays.
And if you're planning to head to Norman for the Bedlam football game on November 19th, I hope you got your tickets early. The OU Athletics Department announced today that the Bedlam matchup against Oklahoma State is sold out. And the Sooner baseball team announced their 2023 schedule today. The schedule consists of 56 games, with 30 of them being at home at Airedale Mitchell Park. The Sooners are coming off a Big 12 championship and national runner-up finish. The home opener will be February 17th against California Baptist. OU volleyball fell to the number 13 Baylor Bears last night. This loss marks the 6th straight loss for the Sooners. Head coach Lindsey Gray Walton says they can't dwell on the losses, they just need to play with more passion. OU softball fans got a treat last night at the Halloween-themed scrimmage that went into extra innings. Kinsey Hansen, who you see here, gets a base hit, then she eventually runs home to complete a 3-run comeback in extra innings. Team Sooner came home with the win, 6-5. Former Sooner Trae Young had a big night on Wednesday, scoring 35 points. He takes it down and lays it up with less than a minute left to tie up the game. Then he splashes a three to help the Hawks take the win over the Pistons, 118-113. And if you didn't get to go the spooky softball scrimmage, there's still time to dress up. Carolyn, Bella, what are your plans for the Halloween weekend?
Thanks, Addison. You know what? For me, I wish there was a haunted house here in Norman.
Yeah, me too, Bella. But there is one in Florida that is bringing the community together. Find out more coming up.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Central and Midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
I'm Morgan Martin at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Facebook parent company Meta was fined nearly $25 million this week. The fine comes after the platform was found repeatedly and intentionally violating the campaign finance disclosure law. The penalty is believed to be the largest campaign finance penalty in U.S. history. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Morgan. One haunted house in St. Petersburg, Florida is sure to scare you, but also bring a smile to your face.
That's right, Bella. This Halloween attraction is put on by adults with developmental disabilities. The creator also said that this event not only gives the adult community programmers something to look forward to, but also teaches them life lessons along the way.
And whether you're going to a haunted house yourself or going to the game in Iowa this weekend, Coy Taylor has a look at what you can expect.
Yes, Bella, haunted house by night, but on Saturday morning and afternoon, head out to the National Weather Festival. I know a couple people from the OU Nightly weather team will be there, local media outlets, the weather balloon launches, and here's your forecast for that event. If you are headed out down at the National Weather Center off 9 Highway in Jenkins here in Norman, we're expecting 50s throughout the day. Here's your game day forecast if you are headed up to Jack Trice Stadium up for the Iowa State game as OU goes on the road. We're expecting temperatures in the 50s, sunshine, light winds, and here's one look at your 7-day forecast. Ladies?
Thanks, Coy, and thank you for watching OU Nightly live from Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma. Good night. I'm Carolyn Felling.
And I'm Bella Roddy. Good night.
Is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or